All right. So who am I talking with today?
What's up? My name's Nick. I'm with a little group called Superfriends MTG. It's me and my buddy Parker. We started off doing lots of Twitch content. It was Monday. Every Monday is what we did for about a year. We have recently gone on a brief hiatus, but we have some more stuff in the works as far as like long form YouTube stuff goes. So we're taking a break from Twitch for a little bit, just scheduling stuff. You know what I mean? All that back end business. But we got some stuff in the works. But that's where I'm from.
Yeah. And so Super Friends, how did you and Parker meet?
Oh man. So I live in Portland. Parker lives in Cleveland.
Well,
And
obviously right there.
obviously right there, that's how we met, just out in the town. But so it's actually kind of a funny story that involves another creator entirely. So if you know Deadbeat Scott, all three of us have known each other for a very long time. I met Scott when I lived in Houston back in 2017. We both are like music photographers. I used to tour
Oh.
and would go with bands and stuff, and Scott did the same thing, and we met in the local like community there. Uh, and so then I moved back to Portland. Scott and I stayed in touch, and Scott met Parker through I think another mutual friend that they played like PUBG with or something. And then the three of us got connected when Overwatch 2 came out. And so
Overwatch 2. So you're the people
yeah,
playing
so
that game. All right.
so I've only known actually known Parker for 2 years. Maybe a couple months longer than that, but roughly 2 years. I've known Parker. And what happened was Scott got into Magic about a year and a half ago, to maybe a little bit longer. Whenever Lord of the Rings dropped, that's when he got into Magic, and then he got us two into Magic because I played competitive Yu-Gi-Oh until like 2023. I was a big Yu-Gi-Oh guy.
Whoa. Okay.
Big. If there's any Yu-Gi-Oh players listening, shout out Branded, best archetype ever. That's me. I love playing. I loved Yu-Gi-Oh back in the day. I stopped. Just COVID stuff made it crazy. The game power creep was just nuts. So I switched over, and finally I was very reluctant to get into Magic, but I got into Magic because of them. We started playing. Scott started making content, thought it was fun. And then Parker had just started doing like some video game live streams here and there on his own channel. And he just wanted someone to hang out and do a commander show with. And I think his exact words to me were, "Hey man, I need a sweet face to come beside me." And I said, I do have that. So
You do have a
I
baby
am,
face.
yeah. So that was really it. We started. He just asked me to hop on. It was kind of all his idea. Um, and it's been really fun. We got to meet a lot of cool people, and I think that the two of us work really well together in terms of like splitting the workload of like what goes into it. Parker does so much more than I do. I ask him all the time if there's more that I can do, but Parker does like all the graphics for us. Oh, he did graphics for a charity event a while back too. I forget what they're called. It was like Lupo and Olivia and Brian. Oh my gosh, I'm drawing the blank on what it was, but it was a big charity event. He did the graphics for that too.
I'm
But
guessing if
that dude,
Lupo was involved, it's probably St. Jude's.
maybe I don't think so. And
Really? Okay.
maybe I'm wrong on who was involved, but he did a charity event with some creators that was really cool. But yeah, so Parker does like all our designs and stuff. He runs the entire stream on the back end. My job is quite literally just to put people on the show, and so that's it works for me. I like networking. I'm a networking guy, so I like that quite a bit. But yeah, man, that's how we got into it. It's been cool. Like I said, we're getting started on some new like longer form content pretty soon here, so that'll be exciting. When does this come out?
Monday. Come on, Monday.
Okay, yeah. So keep an eye out for that. It's still maybe a couple weeks down the pipeline, but the video it's gonna be okay. I'll give you a little bit of a
No,
scoop
I'll
because I
get a little
really haven't
scoop.
talked about it much. But we have some long form content coming out with me and a co-host. It's not Parker, notably, so don't be alarmed. Parker's on board. There's no bad blood or
We
anything.
fired
We're
the
all good.
bassist.
No, it's me. It's me and another homie. Shout out 333 Jackson. He'll be on there. I was just on his stream last night. So we'll be doing it. It's a live stream thing, or sorry, not live stream thing. It's a long form thing on YouTube. The video is edited and done, I'm sorry, the video is done, just waiting for edits and for graphical I like to call it graphics consent from Parker, because I think Parker's graphics are so cool that I want him to do whatever touches he wants to do to it before it goes out. So, but
Sure.
yeah, so keep an eye out for that. I'm hoping January to start off, but we'll
But
see.
what's the video about? You
No,
said long. No, we're not going to that. No, okay.
nah, no, no, no,
We
no,
got
no.
enough of a scoop. That's
Nah,
no comment.
it is. How did I describe it? I described it as it is Commander, it is draft adjacent, it is 1v1, and it is on arena.
Okay, that's more
So
than enough. That gives me
yeah,
definitely that didn't. I didn't know if you were going into like, all right, we're going to start doing magic history lessons. We're going to go into the
no,
history of Ravnica, and it's like,
that'd be cool.
well, when you say long form, it's like, all right, this is going to be a 2-hour discussion
Oh no,
of
I just mean
Lorwyn. It's like,
I
huh,
just
okay,
mean
that's a
not
change.
not a real, not a short form content. Just it'll be YouTube. It won't be streamed. I think that I think we settled on like between 30 minutes and an hour. So it'll be good. It'll be a good length.
All
You
right,
throw it on while you're working or something.
got it. Right on, man. Well,
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
I'm glad to hear. Congrats on
Thank
stepping
you.
out, trying something a little different. That's always
Very excited. I
tricky.
know. It's so hard for me to do in general, just content. I get so nervous about it. So even like doing that last video that I did the other day on like the 2025 commanders
Yeah,
was a lot. Yeah.
really.
Yeah, I have like pretty bad like social anxiety. And so just like even like being on the camera, the thought of it being in front of other people,
Okay. Yeah. I
it's
think
like a whole thing.
everybody, when you push that
Yeah.
publish button, you're like, nobody's going to like this. I'm going to get a bunch of nasty
Yeah,
comments. You
no.
suck. This sucks.
Yeah.
You suck. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I got that. And I got, yeah.
Everyone, yeah. I just kind of assume everyone hates it. That's kind of how I trick myself into be like, you know what? I like it. Everybody else hates it. Post. There we go.
That's all you can do. You really
Yeah.
have to, and
Yeah.
it's the content creators thing where it's like, I get
Yeah.
99 positive comments like this was good, or, hey, this is awesome, or people discussing.
Right.
And then you get the one person, "Dude, you suck." And it's just
Yeah.
like, that's the thing you focus on. And it's like, well,
Yeah.
everybody hates it then. And yeah, I know that vibe. That
Yeah.
sucks.
But I tell
It's
you what, my mom sent me a comment after. She said I looked handsome. So what else can I say? You know what I mean?
my mom thinks I'm cute. It's like,
Might as
all
well have
right.
gotten a million views as far as I'm concerned. Like,
That's adorable. Holy shit.
yeah,
Well,
so good.
I didn't realize you were going through. I mean, we all struggle with that in some capacity, no matter what we do. It's when you're putting
Yeah.
something out there for public consumption. Like I had an altar artist on here, who was just terrified of putting up stuff and feeling that she wasn't good enough and all that stuff. It's just that imposter syndrome, right? So
For sure.
yeah, but I mean, it's.
Yeah.
Go ahead. What do you got?
I was gonna say it's also. I feel like I also feel that imposter syndrome maybe even a little bit further because I have quite literally only been playing Magic for a year and 1 month. So
Right.
like my knowledge of the game is like I feel like so far below some of the other creators that I feel like already at a disadvantage almost sometimes.
Oh, I'm right there with
But
you. I mean, I'm still
yeah.
very fresh to this, and it's surprising when you said, "Oh, I was playing professional Yu-Gi-Oh in 2023," and it's like,
Well,
man,
hold on now.
oh,
Not professional by
okay,
any means. I just played it competitively. I tried to play it.
competitively,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. No, I was not. I was not that good. I
okay.
love where your head's at, and I appreciate that, but I was not that good.
Well, when you say competing in a game, I'm like, 'cause so do you compete in Magic? Do you say that or like,
Not yet. I played a couple like sealed events and stuff,
okay,
but when I was playing Yu-Gi-Oh, I was doing like their RCQs and like locals every
okay,
week and
okay.
things like
Oh
that.
wow,
But
all right,
I have not gotten quite into it with Magic yet. But it's on the agenda. It's on the
really,
horizon
okay,
for sure. Yeah, yeah. Probably. It's funny because we do. I played a CEDH tournament the other day in Portland. I got connected with like the CEDH guys out here, and that was really cool. And it was funny because we were talking about how on Super Friends we've done like the CEDH for dummies, where we bring on like these like CEDH like tournament grinders and creators and like people who are super knowledgeable about the format. And Parker and I have to during those kind of like pretend we are an audience that doesn't know about CDH. So like we have to like play poorly. And so I was like sitting there at the CDH event, like talking to the guys. I'm like, listen, if you watch these, I'm significantly worse than I would be otherwise. So please don't put that into what I'm doing at this table right now. You know what I mean?
it's funny you mentioned that because
Yeah.
I've never dipped my toes into the CEDH water, but I
Mm-hmm.
keep showing up at events and people bring out CEDH decks, and I'm like, all right, I just need to. I keep showing up a knife to a gunfight kind of thing. And it's like, okay, I
Right.
need to build 1 to 2 decks in my inventory at all times, so I'm ready. Because I keep just walking in and
Yeah.
be like, well, I could pull out like a bracket 3 and still have fun. And it's like, no, it's not even the same
Yeah.
game.
It's definitely it's a completely different like mentality
Oh
altogether.
yeah.
But it is very fun. I like it quite a bit. It's kind of scratches the Yu-Gi-Oh itch without being without doing the things I didn't like about Yu-Gi-Oh.
Well, what does it do that gives you that mindset? Like, I'm curious.
I like how fast paced it is. Um, I think that I enjoy the power level of the cards. I think is cool. I like that everybody kind of knows what we're expecting. I like that. I feel like sometimes when you're playing at like a casual commander table, for example, there'll be times where you're like, oh, like we're playing bracket 3 or oh, we're playing bracket 4, and like someone's idea of a bracket 4 might be completely different to someone else's, and like yeah, they might both like fit within the confines of the bracket 4 like ruling or whatever, but they can still be totally different. And I like that when with CDH, everybody knows that we're playing the most optimal strategy possible that we can, and so like everybody kind of knows what is to be expected. There's really no jumping out at you there. But yeah, the pace is really good. And then yeah, I think that's really what it is. It's just you don't have to worry about someone's deck not being the same power or way higher than yours or whatever. You know what I mean? Like, because
Hmm.
everybody comes in with the same expectation.
Interesting. All right. Well, that's yeah, and that's kind of what I'm thinking. Like again, I'm gonna have to sit down and really figure this out because I'm just
Yeah,
tired of getting my clock cleaned on these guys.
I
So.
I will say the biggest downside I think to CDH for me at least is the amount of like viable like commanders for like a true like competitive CDH deck is like the pool is significantly lower because certain commanders are just way more powerful inherently than others, or give you access to better colors or card draw or advantage of some kind, whatever it is. There's just a certain pool of commanders that are just in a completely different echelon than other ones, and so your pool of viable options is a little bit more limited, but within that you'll still find something you like.
All right. Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
kind of. So, what do you usually play? What do you prefer between regular casual commander, or are you more of a CDH guy? Because I mean, that sounds like you're CDH.
It really depends on where the table is at. If it's like super, like me personally, I would rather play. I'll play like a super low 3, but ideally I'm playing bracket 2s or CDH. I don't really want the in between because I feel like to me 4 just feels like for whatever reason we're playing a bracket 4, but like you just don't want to get into the more high. Like something about it just feels like you're basically there. Why not just do it? You know what I mean? So I like playing the less optimal stuff or perfectly optimal, nothing in between. Like I built like a Mendicant deck that I played the other day on a stream that was so Mendicant is the Aether Drift commander. It's like two. It's a white and a blue. It's a one. Or yeah, it starts off as a 1/3, and it gets power for however many artifacts you have. Uh, but it's in white and blue, so I put that Sid Timeless Artificer from Final Fantasy in it, which you can have any number of in your deck. Which so I have like 20 Sids in there, and the whole goal of the deck is to get as many Sids in your grave as possible, so you can use its ability to cast one of them, and then once you have one on the battlefield, all of your artifact creatures, which Mendicant is, gets an additional 1/1 for every artificer on the field and in the graveyard. So if you have 20 of them in the graveyard, you're just going to cast it. And now I have a 20 billion attack Mendicant. So just bad strategies that are fun to me. I don't know. I like playing stuff like that right now a lot. And I've also been diving into some different formats. Canadian Highlander looks really, really cool. Are you familiar with Canadian
No, I was
Highlander,
gonna
Steve?
say. I want to
Oh
hear
man,
this.
Canlander looks so cool. Shout out
Canlander.
to Loading Ready Run. I'm gonna shout out another show real quick. If you just go on YouTube and search North 100 Showdown, you'll get all of their videos. I think it's typically, I don't know if it's all of them, but I think Ben Wheeler is on the format panel for Canadian Highlander. But basically, what it is, it's a 100 card singleton, no commander. So you have a 100 card deck,
Interesting.
singleton, and instead of a ban list, they have a points list. So certain like you can only have, I think it's 10 points in your deck worth of cards, and say like Tillerian Academy, for example, I think is a legal card, but it's like 5 points. So you can play Tillerian Academy in this format, which you wouldn't be able to in Commander. but you can only have 5 other cards worth of points in your deck. So all the high powered ones are limited, which I like it a lot. It
I was
really
going to say
cool.
that kind of takes the bracket conversation right out of the. It's like,
100%.
here it is. It's like, here you got
Yeah.
10 points. Everybody's got 10 points. However you use your 10 points. Is it tutors? Is it
Correct.
winter
Yeah,
moon? Is it
so-
any number of asshole cards? It's like,
100%.
Huh.
Yeah. So you forgive your commander. You forgo that. You don't get to have a commander anymore. But everybody's on the exact same playing field. It feels good. It makes for some really interesting decks. Same thing with Pauper. Pauper is a really fun format and mad cheap. Super into those. But yeah, just kind of diving into some new stuff. The thing that we have coming out, the YouTube show with Jackson, is also like commander adjacent. It's not going to be, because it is 1v1, but there is also a commander. You'll see. I don't want to explain too much because
No,
there's a
I
whole
got you.
intro in the video. But anyway, new formats is kind of what I'm into right now. But to go back to what your original question was, yeah, I like bracket 2 or CDH is kind of where I like to play.
I'm telling you, that Canadian Highlander idea of points, like that's so smarter than
great.
this fucking bracket thing where you're just
Mhm.
like, I think I'm a bracket 2, 3. It's like, no. Everybody gets the same. Here you go.
Yeah.
And then you
Yeah.
figure it out based on your, like, that's boy.
Or Oathbreaker was another one that
That's the
Parker suggested.
60. Yeah, that's the 60 card version of
It's like
Commander.
60 card, you have a commander, and then you have like a sorcery that is also in your command zone that you can cast whenever you want.
Ooh. All right.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Pretty cool. But yeah, just I'm really into this weird formats right now. Obviously Dan's rad.
I did play around.
Yeah.
I have played around in that, and that was definitely one of
Yeah.
those like he's just carrying around a Dan deck, and I'm like,
You
what
got
do you
it.
It's
You
like-
got it. I've been keeping a bunch of random stuff around. I have where did I put it? Oh, I have this. So I played an event at here in Portland presented by Braindead. That was a randomized Commander Precon tournament. So whenever you signed up for it, they spun a wheel on the back end, and that was the Precon you played with. So I got a Zergo Precon, but I
Nice.
keep it completely unsleeved, rubber banded in my car. So I have a Precon wherever I am at. But yeah.
Emergency precon.
Yeah, similar to Dan. It's just it's beat already because I played it unsleeved in that tournament. But yeah, also such a fun idea for a tournament. It was a good time.
Spin the wheel, figure it out on the fly.
Yes.
Of like, okay. Huh.
My only so there was 2 dates. I think the LA one had more variety of commanders. Ours was pretty much exclusively Tarkir and like 1 or 2 Final Fantasy ones. So you saw a lot of pods where it'd be like, oh, there's 3 Zergos in this pod or whatever. That would be the only thing that I changed about it, is a little bit more variety.
Interesting. And what?
But yeah.
And you said Brain Dead, and then you said L.A. So I was like, huh? Wait, what?
Yeah, so Braindead, I believe they're a clothing company or a clothing brand, streetwear, something like that, in Los Angeles, and they hosted an event up here and in LA on the same day. So it was just, I think it was just something to sell some mats. I think or sell some product. I have this one that I got there. This is a Braindead magic mat that I got from them. There we go. Kind of cool. But yeah, so they sold a bunch of mats. They had like clothes and things like that. Think like similar to like not the exact art style of Wizard of Barge, but similar kind of vibe that he would kind of have. Yeah.
That kind of weird
cool.
white zombie sludge thing going on there. Yeah.
Really cool though.
I like it. That's definitely a good art style.
Yeah.
So we got to take a hard pivot here. I saw your video the other day. You were talking about your top 5 commanders of 2025, and you weren't wearing a hat, and I didn't know it was you because you always have a hat on. Yeah. But you've got a pretty good head of hair under there. Most people that are hat people just like, oh, they're going bald or something like that. It's like, no. He had gorgeous locks under that hat. But that brought up another thing is, where else have you worked in? You said you did retail. I want you to explain to the audience.
I have done a lot of things. I think what you're referring to is I was a former manager of a Sally Beauty Supply.
There it is.
A
little bit. How many years were you there?
I think it was actually just 2.
Oh, okay.
2 years that I was there. But what happened was, the reason I even got there was the district manager of that store was a coworker that I worked with back when I worked at Hot Topic for like 8 years.
Oh, okay.
So she reached out and was like, "Hey, do you want to run this store for me?" And I said, "Yeah, man." And it was like a block from my house, so I was like, "Dude,
Oh,
how
okay.
hard,
This
how
makes
hard could this be?"
little more
Uh,
sense now because it's like, wait a minute, hold
yes,
time out.
right,
It's
right,
like, yeah, I
right.
worked
And
5 years at a hair care. So I'm like, what?
no,
Huh?
luckily it was just two. But in that particular video, my lovely girlfriend, who was a hairstylist, just happened to cut my hair, and I kind of let her do what she wanted to do with it, and thought it looked nice. And we were getting our Santa pictures taken, so I was all ready to go. I think I'm wearing the same outfit almost, but I had a different shirt. But I was wearing the shirt in that video too. But yeah, so I don't know. Hats are just easy. I'm also in the Pacific Northwest. It's rainy and windy right now. There's no
Right
point
now?
to doing
You mean
yeah
normally?
always forever. But no, yeah, that was funny. I actually had a handful of people comment about the hatlessness.
Well, that, and I think one of the first videos I ever saw from you was your pool pole,
The
where
pool
you're
packs,
literally just
dude.
like pool packs. There it is.
Yeah,
Where
yeah.
you're literally in the pool, you got your goggles on, pull packs. You just start throwing cards in the water. It's like,
Those were so
it's
funny.
like, what is he doing? Who
I
is this guy?
remember when I got the Sonic Secret Lair. I was talking to Nick. It's shout out Nick, please.
Oh, okay.
We're
Yeah, there you go.
neighbors. He does not live far from me. That was funny when we like were just chatting after meeting, and I was like, "Oh yeah, I live in Portland." He's like, "Oh, me too." And then we like kept going, and we are like, "What the hell? We live like right down the street from each other." Anyways, I was telling him, I was like, "Yeah, I'm gonna do a pool packs with the Sonic Secret Lair." He's like, "Dude, like don't, like it's wax paper. It's totally different. Don't do it." And I was like, "Nah, man, I'm gonna figure it out." And so like I remember I got like a regular envelope and tried to like I did like trial like testing. Like I tried to test it to make sure I got it all worked out. So that was really funny because everybody told me not to do that, but I ended up doing the pool pack secret lair without a card actually getting wet. So that's fun little behind the
And
scenes.
how did you pull that off? Because I mean, I've seen him
So
like you're just throwing them and flicking them in the
there's
water.
a lip between the water and the where the camera is on the pool. There's a little lip in between.
Okay.
And so what I did was before I filmed it, I like hit the pack on the bottom so that all the cards were on one side, and I flipped it. And so I knew I was grabbing the whole pack of cards in one hand, and I knew where it ended. So I dipped the pack only far enough so the camera couldn't see that it wasn't in the water, and when I pulled it out, the whole bottom was still wet. So
Well,
it gave like the effect of it being wet, but none of the cards actually were wet on that one. But the
Chris,
other ones, all the other ones, the pack fully submerged, and a couple cards have gotten ruined. But
I'm sure they have. Yeah, that was one of those. So a little bit of hand-eye prestidigitation, as it were.
yes,
That's
yeah,
funny.
had to do a little magic.
Magic.
But yeah, I'm hoping to do some more of those. That's actually at my mom's house, and I was living there briefly last year, and I told her after I moved, I was like, hey, like I'm gonna be here like all summer, stuff like that. She was like, yeah, man, whatever. I said, cool. Because I would do those. I work from home now. I work in social media. And so I would just sit in the pool all day with my laptop on the edge of the pool and just work from there all day,
Really?
which was so good. So grateful. That was such a great summer. And I will absolutely be doing that again.
Who do you work for, social media wise?
I work for Microsoft.
Oh, okay. Well,
Yeah.
Portland makes a lot more sense now. But yeah, that's
Yeah.
interesting.
Um,
All right, we don't need to
yeah.
talk anymore about that. I know that could be
Yeah,
a real
it's
sticky,
cool.
like,
I
oh.
yeah, it's I was just trying to figure out. I was like, do I say this? I don't know. Maybe bleep it. I don't know. You bleep it. If they
You
give
want
me
me?
my lips, like I don't know. I don't know.
I mean,
I think you're
Microsoft is
fine.
it's a big organization. That's any number of things you could be doing there. So it's perfectly fine. But
Yeah. Well, I'm just helping run social media. I shouldn't say running. It's a very large team.
oh
But
yeah,
yeah,
I was gonna say,
I
I'm sure.
assist. Yeah, I do assist with that. It's very fun. I like it a lot. I do social media for another company here in Portland too. For them, I do a little bit more than that, but they're called Automation Solutions. Shout out Automation Solutions.
Right on. And you like,
Yeah.
I mean, I'm guessing you're not like doing TikTok dances for them or anything like that. Like you're just
No.
managing their content that they're putting up.
Uh, yeah, for Microsoft, it's a lot of that, and then for the other company, it's more of like a marketing director role. They're a smaller company, so I do like their Google ads, and I make their website and their social media and
Oh
make
wow.
all their
Okay.
yeah. They're very much smaller company, but I do like everything for them, which is
Got it.
fun. Yeah,
Yeah.
and
And
then I go to school. I go to
what
Washington State.
what are you going to school for?
Right now, it's just business. just general
Just
business
business.
management. I figure most of the people at my job right now, I was lucky enough to get in without a degree, just using some experience that I had. But most of the people here have a degree in, I want to say, communications and like public relations, stuff like that. And so I figured I would just get a degree that didn't directly apply to this field so that I could use this as the experience for this field and have a degree in something more broad. So that's kind of what
Interesting.
I'm doing right now. But I got like 2 years left. But shout out Washington State, go Cougs.
Now, what do you want to do? Because I mean, you're doing social media, you're doing content creation, you're doing all this stuff. You're getting a business degree. What's the goal?
Steve, you can't be asking questions I don't have the answer to,
Two
man.
years into the degree, and you're like, I don't know,
I'm
maybe
getting a business degree and I'm living my life. Dude.
business. It's
God.
business. BIZNIS. Business.
Exactly. Yeah. You know what? I like social media a lot. I like marketing just in general. I've been doing that kind of forever. So that's probably where it'll be.
I mean, you're doing the thing already.
But
It's just getting the piece of paper that says, yeah, I can officially do it at that point. But
yeah, the piece of paper I think also lets me do just level up a little bit and maybe
sure,
apply
sure.
for higher positions later down the line. It's less of a right now thing and more of a enhancement, we'll say.
Got it. And I mean, you're
But
already at
yeah,
Microsoft, so I mean, that's a big feather in your cap. So I mean,
very grateful. Yeah.
yeah, that's a
Yeah.
there's. I mean, that sounds like a story in and of itself. Like, how'd you want them? But
It's
anyway,
it's not as complicated as it is. I just can't I the person who helped me, I was referred to it by someone and I think they're pretty low
sure,
key about it, so I can't go into that.
no worries at all.
But yeah.
So, do you have any hobbies outside of magic?
Oh man. Yeah. Big time. I'm a photographer.
Oh yeah,
If you
yeah.
follow my like main account, Mr. Nick Stone, I post a lot of my like music photography there and stuff. I'll do engagements here and there and stuff, but I've been doing that since 2015.
Oh wow.
It's really funny because I ended up doing that out of sheer boredom. So I took photography classes in high school and I hated it. I really did not like it at all. And then I was like 18 and I had a tax return and I was like, it's weird that I don't have a nice camera, right? And so I just bought a camera because I was just not thinking. And then a friend of mine was running merch at a show and was like, hey, you should come take photos here. And I loved that a lot. And so now I've just been trying to finagle my way into as many concerts as I can and take photos. But yeah, I like doing that. I play music a lot. It's very music oriented in my life.
What do you
Yeah.
play?
I've been playing guitar since I was 7,
Oh wow. All right.
and then
Shit.
I can play bass a little bit. I do sing a little bit, but that's not
Ooh.
for here. I don't talk about that a lot. But I'm gonna put this on wax because if I don't put it on wax, I might not do it. But I am working on music right now for the first time since I was in high school,
Really?
and I'm hoping to start putting some out soon. But
What's the
we'll
what's
see.
the style? What like?
It's like pop punky Midwest emo kind of vibe.
Got it. Is that generally
Yeah.
what you like taking, like going to shows and taking photos of?
No, I do anything. I just like music in general. I used to do a in our Superfriends Discord. I used to do a Music Monday where I would drop a playlist of 20 songs, 20 different artists every week, and it's always just like complete random genre wise. I'll listen to like right now I'm really into Rosalia. It's like a Spanish like kind of operatic singer, is very cool. I feel like the way that I worded it makes it sound really niche, but she's massive. Like she's won like bunch of awards, but she's great. And then I love like old like scene music from like 2008 and 9, like Warped Tour stuff. I
Hell
shot
yeah.
Drake in Future one time
Ooh.
in Tacoma. That was really cool. So honestly, anything. I just like seeing people do what they like to do. You know what I mean?
What's the process for that? I mean, you can't just show up with a camera and be like, I'm taking photos.
You definitely cannot. So back in the day, I was I think what was my title? It was press and publicity manager, which is a fancy way of just saying, hey man, find photographers to help contribute to this website that we have. And so I was working with this company is the wrong word, but it was a group called Flippin' Music, which was started by Sean Garcia. Shout out Sean Garcia. He's a filmmaker in Los Angeles. And it started off him doing like vlogs and stuff, and then he made that into like a website for like just like a media outlet basically. And so I worked for them, and I would apply to go shoot shows via like on behalf of Flippin' Music, and then I would post a write up and photos there. So that's kind of how I got to do a lot of the bigger stuff early on, and then now it's really just a lot of shooting a DM to someone and praying for the best.
Hey,
Yeah,
what's the
like
craziest? What's the craziest one you've landed
like just off of a
through a
DM,
DM? Just
hoping
like
for the
up here,
best. Oh
fire that.
man, I don't honestly nothing that crazy. I usually don't have great luck, but I did the last show that I did was it was Say Anything and Emotion City Soundtrack were the bands that were
All right.
headlining. But this band called Oso Oso from the East Coast is like one of my favorite bands of all time. Love them dearly, and I shot them a DM literally 4 hours before the show started because I know that like roughly run o'clock two is when the tour manager has to submit their guest list for the day. So I know that if I get in early enough, there is a chance day of that I can make that happen. So I DM them at like it's like 11 a.m. on the day of, and I was like, "Yo, man, like I already have a ticket to the show, but I would love to take photos. So if you can hit me with PhotoPass, that'd be great." And they hit me back, and it was great. And so I got to do that. It was really cool. Some of my favorite photos I ever did. But yeah, it's a lot of I think honestly, a lot of what I have done as far as doing photography directly relates to getting guests on Super Friends because most of the guests that we have on the show are not people that we know. Like we do now, but like when we first got them on, it was a lot of just shooting a well worded message and hoping for the best. And I feel like a lot of people get intimidated by doing stuff like that. But I think that if you're just confident and are not for lack of a better term, are just not weird about it and just like be a professional and you're good and you make it happen. Um, yeah, if you take anything from this, it's that I worked at Sally Beauty and networking is your best friend in anything that you do.
And there you have it. Well, Nick, I literally
There
looked
you
at.
have
I
it.
did 2 minutes ago. I just did like a double take, and I was like, "Holy shit, that was a half hour! What the, like?" So great job, great interview. Holy shit.
Appreciate
Let's
it.
go ahead and start wrapping this up. Where can people find you on the internet? You and Super Friends.
Yeah, well, first and foremost, find us on Superfriends MTG on Twitch and Instagram. Also TikTok. Those, but Instagram and TikTok are the two that we do. Superfriends MTG. And then if you just want to see my photos for whatever reason, you can find me at Mr. Nick Stone, MrNickStone. That's me.
Right on, Nick. Hell of an interview. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you
And
so much. Thanks for
absolutely,
having me.
thanks.